And now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. This portion of the show is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. Maui Jim Sunglasses, the choice of the best captains. Shimano Rods and Reels, fish with the best. Shimano. And by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Here we go. Another great hour of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. Here's Pete Gray and Rock Cod Rick Maxa.
Welcome back. Hour number 2. Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Pete Gray here. Rock Cod Rick Maxa here, too. Captain Taro Takeuchi from the Liberty. Talking bluefin, yellowtail. We're talking summer fishing in May here. It's not even Memorial Day.
That's just so cool, dude.
Yeah, we're ready to roll.
We're talking 140-pounders on full-day trips. I mean, this is just, it was so fun yesterday being at the tackle store. Yesterday was definitely the day where it felt like our season was really happening. Yeah. You know, we had a good stretch of weather. We had some good coverage of boats, and just the way that it's supposed to happen when the weather's right and the boats are out there fishing, the fish are biting, and you kept hearing the dispatch radio clicking off all day at the store. Hey, we got a couple more. Hey, we just got a big one. Hey, we just had a stop. Hey, we just had a stop where we hooked 8 and we lost all of them. It was just one of those fun, exciting days, and it feels like our fishing season is the beginning of full swing. Happened.
No doubt about it. Next weekend we have a couple great shows live from Mazatlan.
Yeah,
Captain Tim Ekstrom from the Royal Star, as well as Captain Ken Frankie from the Sport Fishing Association of California. Going to have all those great guys down there from Mazatlan at the El Cid. They'll be broadcasting live down there. I'll be here in the studio, and those guys will be down in Mazatlan. Lucky guys. And then next Sunday, Captain Art Taylor from the Searcher. Art's getting ready to get his season rolling here, so he'll be talking some fishing here. That's a good weekend of shows next Saturday and Sunday. You can always hear our shows live on our app. You can listen live right now on our app. Let's Talk Hookup Radio Show in the App Store or the Google Play Store on your Android device. If you haven't downloaded yet, this is a fantastic app. The company that put it together for us did a fantastic job. Adam's doing a great job putting the archives up on there. You can see photos of the studio. You can listen live. You can listen to archives of past shows here the last few months. Here's something coming up here very, very soon. We have classic archives that are going to start being... Probably next week we'll have our first classic archive up there. Adam's working on putting it up. Adam found one from back in the early 2001, I think he said, with Marty and Rick hosting the show with Doug Kerr. How about that?
Cool. I can't wait to hear that. That'll be rad.
2001, you were like in your early 20s?
18, 19.
18, 19 years old. Marty
19, I guess.
We have some Del Mar shows in there. We have some old classic Marty shows that are just going to be great. So that's going to be only available on our app, the classic archives from Let's Talk Hookup on our app. In our app store, Let's Talk Hookup Radio Show. Search on your app store or the Google Play Store for that. Download the app. It's a fortune. It's free. Yeah, it doesn't cost you a penny.
And there's going to be all kinds of cool content that's only available on the app. It's just a great way to keep in touch with what's going on and find some cool stuff. And it's easy. And it's just you guys did such a great job. I love it. I use it all the time.
Simple. Yeah, for sure. All right, Mike Lum, guy we had on the show yesterday from Friends of Rollo, Captain Rollo's Kids at Sea. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, good morning, everyone.
Hey, Mike.
Just a giant thank you to everybody that jumped on the phone yesterday and ordered the Reel of Week tickets. We did very, very well. We're close to being sold out for 2018. Pete, you mentioned earlier today, the packages are gone. We got rid of all of those yesterday, but we still have some tickets available, and we just wanted to let everybody know that you have until midnight tonight to call the phone number, which was at 858-350-5870, extension 107. If you leave a message on that number anytime today up until midnight, Dorothy may not get back to you all today, but as long as you leave that message and as long as we're not sold out, you'll still get the deal where Pete will buy you a free ticket if you buy 4. So that's still a great deal until we run out. And then from that point on, the kids are the ones that are going to win. This program this year is going to add an additional 1,500 kids to the annual program of taking kids on their first ever fishing trip, and that's just huge. It's a big deal for all those kids, and I think all of us that puts this thing together each year are really, really happy to see the support coming in for this.
Every ticket you buy takes a kid fishing. They're $25 a piece, and then you buy 4. You buy 1 ticket, you're going to take a kid fishing. You buy 4, we're going to buy you an extra ticket here on Let's Talk Hookup. So you're going to get 5. So you can take 5 kids fishing for $100.
And that's exactly right. And every one of these tickets this weekend, as you mentioned, Pete, get marked Let's Talk Hookup. And when they're drawn as a winning ticket, they not only win that reel for that week, they also win a trip with Taro on the Liberty for a full day of fishing. And who wouldn't want to do that? That's a really, really great bonus opportunity.
And that's only until midnight tonight. That deal is done, or until the last 200 tickets here sell out. 858-350-5870, extension 107. You'll probably get a recording. Leave a message. Dorothy will get back to you. Hats off to Dorothy for doing all the work.
Well, yesterday we had Tim Baker helping as well, and honestly, if it weren't for the two of them doing that together, I don't think they could have handled the volume of calls that came in. And it's just a huge thing, and we're so excited that it worked so well. And thanks again to everyone. One last reminder: we do have Tuna Wars coming up, and with these tuna biting the way they are now, that's something you guys really ought to look at. We've got 8 spots left. You can fish with Captain Paul Hebert aboard the Tribute. It's a 2-day trip on the 28th and 29th of June. The Tuesday before that is the captain's reception, whether you're going on the fishing trip or whether you just want to come out and rub elbows with a couple great guys from Wicked Tuna and a whole bunch of people that are supporting Rollo. You can do that as well. That's over at the Valley High on Tuesday. But if you want to go fishing with the Wicked Tuna guys, check out the Captain Rollo's website and get signed up for that. There's, I think, 8 spots left.
So that's going to be fun, huh, Taro?
Yeah, I don't know if we're in this one for this year.
Not this year,
yeah. It was actually really fun last year.
Right?
Yeah, it was great. I think we had Dave Marciano on our. He was pretty cool. Really, really awesome.
That's fun.
Cool guy.
Yeah, he's really cool. His family's great. Yeah, I kind of wish we were doing it, but I think last year was almost 0.8 of a pound or something. We lost by a pound.
Close.
Yeah, it was really close. It was really close, and I'm thinking, Mike, maybe we should do something like the old guys versus the young studs or something like that. Kind of get some of the young. Yeah, something like that.
There's no contest there. The old guys always win.
Yeah. Kind of get Sandro and some of the young kids from over there and the young guys from over here.
Well, now where do you stand now? We talked about it this morning. Are you on the young guys team still, or are you broken over to the old guys?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. We'll kind of have to see which team they'll let me be on.
Well, the other thing too is the captain's reception at the Valley High the night before on the Tuesday, June 26th, right, Mike?
Yes, 26. It's only $25, and you just have to come over and have a great time. It's right there on the bay. Great food, a lot of fun. You'll laugh a lot, and you'll get your picture taken with the captains if you want to. Get some autographs for your kids or your friends or yourself, and it's really, really a fun evening.
Yeah, and thanks to Larry and Tommy at the Valley High for supporting Rollo and giving us such a great deal for that awesome, awesome venue. Again, tickets available today. Buy 4, get 1 free while they last for Reel a Week. A great fundraiser for Rollo, and a great thing for you, too, because you get a chance to go on the Liberty as well as win a fantastic reel. 858-350-5870, extension 107. All the details are at, give us the website, Mike.
It would be, I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking when you said that. You would want to go to CaptainRollos.org, and you can get all the information right there on Tuna Wars. And there's some additional list of the reels that we're giving away on this Reel a Week thing if you want to take a glance at those reels before you call. But definitely call and get your tickets today, because I don't think we'll make it through the day with tickets. So do it early. And remember, it's costing Pete a lot of money.
Yeah, it is. Hey, and the other thing, too, when are you going to draw? I know there were 5 of those packages sold. When are you going to draw the 1 in 5 chance that those people there are listeners generously donated $1,000 each?
That'll be drawn either later today or first thing tomorrow morning. I'm still sorting through everything, but all of them are sold. I know who the people are. I just have to organize it and draw it, and then we will call them and email them and let them know, and then I'll let you know, and then next weekend you can let people know or put it on your Facebook page.
All right, very good, Mike Lum. Thanks a lot for that. Appreciate very much all the efforts you do for Rollo.
Thanks, guys.
All
Thanks,
right,
Mike.
See you later. Well, phones are packed.
You are not kidding, they're packed. Again, we hardly get a chance to give you the lines, but again, if you want to join us in the second hour, there's two ways you can do that. First, our local line, that one's 858 area code 457-1090. Again, 858-457-1090. That's our local number. Or you can reach us toll-free. That toll-free line is 877-792-1090. One more time, 877-792-1090. Not only are you going to get your chance to talk to Captain Taro, you're going to get a chance to go fishing with him because we're giving away a full-day trip on board the Liberty to one lucky caller at the end of the show today.
All right, phones are packed. Let's jump into it.
Sounds good to me, man. How about we talk this time to Dan, who's called us from Encinitas. Dan, thanks again for hanging in there with us this morning.
Morning, Dan.
Hey, morning, guys. This question's for all you guys. I got one 2-speed reel. It's got 80-pound Power Pro, and if I want to go from my flat fall to a bait rig, do I get those rigs made up in the shop, or can I get them made up on the boat? And that's my question. Thanks.
Every day that we go out and we're prepping in the morning, our crew is making sure everybody gets set up. So if your flat fall doesn't have the 130 to 200 pound leader on your flat fall, just come and ask one of the guys, and I think it's like $3 or $4 or $5 or something, and we'll
set it up right.
And then we'll crimp on a piece of proper fishing line going onto your flat fall. And kind of how we have the guys set up is from your Spectra, you just put a short top shot of mono. 80 pound seems to be a good setup.
And they'll help you set that up.
Exactly. Exactly. Preparation for this type of fishing is key. You may only get one shot, and this is a fish of a lifetime. Is kind of what we're fishing for, and you just have to be prepared. I remember Brian once told me failing to prepare is preparing to fail. So make sure you're prepared. Yeah. So it's kind of one of those things where you take the extra time and just make sure everything is set right. And if you're gonna convert your setup going from your flat fall over to your mono or over to a live bait, then you would probably be fishing with this would probably be your 80-pound fly line bait setup too, where you'd cut off your flat fall setup, tie on a small piece of 80-pound fluorocarbon, and then now you have a 80-pound fly line bait setup. So it's a double purpose rig. There you go.
Hey, so I have a question about your flat fall rig. Mm-hmm. I've seen some of these flat falls that have grappling hooks all over them.
Oh yeah,
there's hooks all over them. What's your thought on that?
Personally, I've seen fish caught on straight out of the package Shimano flat falls. I mean, they rig them that way because they work that way. Yes, I've seen some fish lost on them. I kind of think a lot of times if they don't swallow it, they sometimes get snagged, and that's why sometimes we lose fish on the flat falls is because they might have just completely missed the mouth and they're snagged in the side of the mouth or something. And obviously, if you think, you throw more hooks on there, you're gonna grapple them. Yeah. So, but beefing up the hooks is definitely a personal preference. But for myself, I kind of just leave that hook right. I just fish it straight out of the package.
Big fish.
Yeah. It's a nice beefy hook. There are some other style lures on the market that might not have the beefier hooks and the beefier Spectra on the hook, so you might need to switch out those hooks to the proper type hooks. And I mean, if you bring your lure up to any of our crew, we'll pretty much tell you straight up, is that going to work, or if that's not going to work.
Yeah, so if you're using the Shimano branded flat fall, then
yes,
those hooks are
those are perfectly fine. That's what I have on my rods.
All right, very good. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
Hey, with that, it's time to find out what's biting on the water. We got the man, Captain Dave Hansen, your saltwater guide, standing by. Today, his catch report sponsored by, speaking of good hooks, Gamakatsu Hooks, Japan's leading fish hook that sets the standard for quality and innovation, strength and durability. Local tuna and yellowtail fishing is happening right now, and you should make Gamakatsu Nautilus hooks your go-to hook. It has the strength and durability as well as the right design to make it easier to hook your bait and put a fish on the deck. Gamakatsu Hooks. Check out their Nautilus Circle hook at your favorite tackle store. Let's talk to the man, Dave Hansen, your saltwater guide. What's up, Dave?
Hey, Taro, Rick, Pete. Good morning, guys.
How are you?
How you doing, Dave?
I am doing phenomenal. Hey, I've been listening to the show this morning. That young man his father called in talking about going to work on the boats, and I was listening to Taro. The one suggestion I have and what we always tell all the kids is it's not a fishing job. You're not going to get paid to go fishing.
Yep,
exactly.
It's paying to work.
Paying to work.
Yeah, there's very, very rarely a time where a deckhand gets to fish. That's not what you're there for. There's a whole bunch of people that want to fish, and they didn't pay to watch the deckhand fish.
Yep.
So that's my thing on that. But, hey, fishing, is this unbelievable or what? Man,
it's happening.
Like Ricky was saying, the wind, and I've been saying for a whole month here, as soon as that wind stops blowing, guys, hang on. That gigantic fish has been seen out there on the Butterfly. There's a big school of that monster fish out on the Butterfly. That's great news for us up here in Dana Point. I just got to get my boat done so I can go out there and capture a few of those things on the kite. But then Catalina, San Clemente Island, the yellowtail are there. As soon as every time we get a little break in the weather, there's some yellowtail to catch over at the islands, and they're nice ones. They're 10, 12, 15-pound fish. There's a little bit of sea bass at Catalina when there's some squid to get. But once again, everything is all about that red crab. That red crab is like, it will not go away. It's at both islands. It's all over the coast. I was watching birds picket at Salt Creek 2 days ago right in the kelp. There were just massive schools of that red crab in the middle of the kelp at Salt Creek. So as soon as that red crab leaves, guys, look out. It's going to be insane how good the fishing is going to be because those fish have been gorging on red crabs, but they do love fin bait. So as soon as that red crab moves out a little bit, it's going to be unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm ready for that, Dave. We got the weather. Just like you say, we'll do a little bait situation. But man, I love what's going on right now. And if this is the beginning of what we have for our season, another season of pulling on these big ones and having all these shots that we're having already, we're just in for another great one.
Absolutely.
We're ready. And Danny at fishdope.com, he's been on the stuff. They have everything you need to go catch fish. Using the code Hookup Now, lowercase, no space. You save $20 off a new membership. An absolute must-have piece of gear in your tackle box is fishdope.com. Right, Dave?
Oh, you got to have Fish Dope. If you have a private boat and you don't have Fish Dope, I'd love to know how you figure out where you're going every day.
That's it, for sure. All right, Dave, how do we find you?
Well, that new website is spectacular. I got nothing but positive feedback. Check it out at yoursaltwaterguide.com. Or give me a call at 949-374-0786. We'll get somebody out on your boat with you showing you how to fish. If I don't have time, I got a bunch of guys that want to help you.
Indeed. Now, another thing that BD Outdoors is doing is the big Yellowtail Shootout Tournament coming up June 22nd to the 24th. This is a great tournament, and boy, oh boy, do they put it out. Right, Dave?
Oh, they do it first class all the way. Jason and Ali, they don't spare any expense. It's a phenomenal tournament. Just the goodie bag that you get for just signing up is worth the price of admission right there.
And you can win a lot of money.
Yeah, and here comes yellowtail. Everybody's got a little bit of yellowtail in the counts up and down the coast from the Channel Islands down to the Baja. So I think it's going to be an awesome tournament.
Yeah, so you want to sign up, check out bdoutdoors.com. Yellowtail Shootout coming up June 22nd to the 24th. Don't want to miss it. Captain Dave, thanks for everything. We'll talk to you next Sunday.
I'll talk to you guys next Sunday. Have fun out there, Taro.
All right.
Thank you. We'll see you.
See you later.
All right. Hey, let's jump right back into the phones. They are packed up. Everybody wants to talk to Taro. We're going to do just that, and we're going to talk to Mike. He's calling us from Rosemead this morning. What's up, Mike? Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, Pete, Rick, and Taro. The previous caller asked the same exact question I had geared up, ready to go, and it was the fact that, what was that, not connection to the flat fall, but you said it must be kind of crimped on, ready to go, you know. So I guess I can ask you what kind of, if you want to go to a hook and without having a knot the size of a hangman's noose and using the heavy leader, what kind of knot would you use if you were fishing the live bait?
You know, if you go to 5 different crew members and ask them, hey, can you tie this on for me? They might give you five different knots, but the knot that I use for my fluorocarbon to monofilament connection is just a uni to uni knot. There's guys that use the Seagar knot, but my personal preference is the uni to uni. Yeah.
And now, what about to the hook? What knot are you
going
tying?
to the hook? I've tied a San Diego knot.
Single?
Since I can remember, yeah. And then even on your flat falls, I mean, they necessarily don't have to be crimped. You can definitely tie on a 130 to 200 pound going to your flat fall, but it's just to have it crimped is just you can just cut it off right at that swivel and then clean, just put it. Go and put it right back in your tackle box, and when you need it, just go and tie it right back onto that swivel, and then you're okay.
You're good.
We make up, I mean, this time of year with these big fish biting, we make them up all day long because we can't do them fast enough. But we just have these pre-packaged flat fall leaders that we sell at the tackle shop, and it's 130 or 150 pound fluorocarbon. It's 18 to 24 inches long, and it's crimped to a swivel. And then the other end is crimped to a super heavy-duty split ring, like a 200-pound split ring. So if you've got a half a dozen flat falls in your box already, you could buy one of these leaders, put the split ring to attach it to your flat fall, and now there's a swivel that's already crimped on. So all you need to do now is just tie your normal fishing knot to the end of the swivel, and the leader's already all ready to go. We every time the boat goes, we have, you know, dozens and dozens of those things go out. It's just a really easy option to go about it. And you could certainly make it up yourself just the same, you know, whether you're crimping your leader directly to the flat fall or on one of those really heavy-duty split rings.
Yeah, good call. Very good. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. Let's jump back in the phones, Rick.
Dee in Laguna Beach, you're up next on Let's Talk Hookup. Good morning, Dee.
Hi, Dee. Thanks for hanging in there.
Great hearing you guys. Great show. 2 questions. I don't know. I might be underprepared for this. I have an Abbott RX 6.3 2-speed, and I have a Penn Q30 2-speed with 65-pound Spectra on both of them and 50-pound on my Abbott RX. I think I'm undergun if I want to go for the big bluefin. That's one question. The other question is, Taro, I understand you may be having 3-day trips coming up down in the future. When might that happen? Do you have a schedule for that?
To answer your first question about your tackles, in my opinion, should be the last thing you worry about. Getting out there on the boat is going to be your first deal. And when you come and walk on the boat, go and show our crew members what you have, and then go and ask them. Go and ask Paul, Ryan, Anibal, hey, is this going to be okay for what we're doing today? And in the event that it's not, you can go up to fish. You can go up to the tackle shop or go up to the office and rent a fishing rod that can fill the void of the rod that you're missing. Yeah. And that's probably the best thing. Rather than, you know, you may not want to go out and spend a bunch of money and buy another fishing outfit. You can just go out and rent one, and then if you like it, you can go and buy it. But Fisherman's Landing and the tackle shop have all the tackle that you need, so you can just go and rent something there.
And then as far as once you're set up, as far as gearing up to the right size line, top shot, and everything, you can do that right on the boat.
You can do that right on the boat. That's pretty much what our guys are there for. And with this offshore fishing, we have plenty of time to prep on the way out. So it's definitely something to where you utilize your crew members and use and kind of pick out their brain and kind of see what they know and see what they want you to use.
The trophy grade of fish that we've had the last couple of years has definitely forced a change in the way that rental tackle happens and works. And let's face it, a lot of us don't have the appropriate gear to go catch a 140-pound tuna in our garage, and it's in a very expensive setup. I've always said in the tackle store, like, big fish gear is the worst gear to buy because it's the most expensive, and let's face it, you use it the least often. I mean, it's not always the best call for the budget. I mean, oftentimes that rig is going to cost you $1,000, but you can hop on the boat, and Fisherman's Landing has incredibly good rental gear. I mean, they rent CalStar Graphiters and Talica 2-speeds, and you can get Talica 12s and Talica 20s. If I'm not mistaken, I think that 140-pounder that you caught yesterday was on a rental rod.
Yeah, I think it was. I'm not quite sure,
wow.
but it was on a setup that we have very similar to over inside the tackle shop.
Yeah, it was.
Guys. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think one of our guys crimped up the flat fall, and I think the young man had it set up by the crew, but I think that was his own gear. But
we'll blame Carl for giving the.
But we definitely have rods that are exactly the same as what he caught that on. Yeah.
Fantastic. Hey, thanks a lot for the call this morning, D.
When we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More of your phone calls, more great info. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090.
This is Captain Art Taylor of Searcher Sport Fishing. Come join our seasoned crew led by Captain Aaron, Remy, and me on a fishing adventure to remember. Our 2018 schedule is available now with multi-day trips to fit your budget. The Searcher has remodeled cabins, an RSW system to preserve your catch, and great meals prepared by our chefs. Don't wait. Book your adventure online now at searchersportfishing.com or call Celia at 619-226-2403. That's 619-226-2403. Visit searchersportfishing.com.
I got a garage full of fishing tackle, and every time I get out on the water, I realize I forgot something important. But I never forget my life jacket. I make sure my buddies wear theirs, too. Save the ones you love. A message from California State Parks Division of Boating and Waterways.
Opportunities for Southern California anglers. And Saturday, May 19th, they'll be traveling to Mazatlan, Mexico. The president of SAC, Captain Ken Franke, along with Captain Tim Ekstrom, will host a live broadcast from the El Cid Marina and Resort in Mazatlan. The broadcast will feature some key personnel from Mexico Fisheries and help strengthen the ties with the sport fishing fleet in Southern California and Mexico. They will also discuss the great fishing opportunities available in Mazatlan. SAC's mission is to promote tourism through marine recreation and educational activities, while protecting ocean resources. By working together with Mexico, we can show our care for the resources both at home and across the border. Tune in Saturday, May 19th, a very special live Let's Hook Up broadcast from Mazatlan, Mexico, with the Sport Fishing Association of California. Check CaliforniaSportFishing.org.
This is Captain Mark Rayer for Genren Sport Fishing. Located on the Sea of Cortez, we will show you a fishing experience that will exceed your expectations. Genren boats are outfitted with all accurate reels from the smallest Valiant 300 to the beefy ATDs. Simrad Electronics, Fraser Gyro Binoculars, and crews with a passion to fish is just part of what makes us number one. Also, Cabo Yachts Vaquera has a Seakeeper for your comfort. For 2 live webcams, an up-to-date fish report, accommodation packages, check out TeamGenRen.com. We pick up at Rancho Leonero and all East Cape locations. So let's go fishing.
22nd Street Landing Sport Fishing in San Pedro is home to LA's finest open party fleet, including overnights on the Freedom, Catalina Freelance on the Pursuit, half-day trips on the Monte Carlo and 3/4-day trips on the Native Sun. Plus, you can charter the Ultra, Spectra, and True line. There's always plenty of free parking and a fully stocked tackle store. Take advantage of the Wednesday specials on the Pursuit at Monte Carlo, and kids fish free with a paid adult on the afternoon half day. 22nd Street Landing Sport Fishing in San Pedro. Call 310-832-8304 or book online at 22ndstreet.com.
This is Greg Stotesbury from AFCO. For more than 58 years, the American Fishing Tackle Company has been recognized as the premier manufacturer of precision-built offshore fishing tackle. AFCO continues this tradition today with an innovative technical fishing clothing line designed and built by fishermen for fishermen. From our next-generation waterproof shorts like Tactical or Stealth to our new anhydrous waterproof jacket and bibs, the entire AFCO clothing line is purpose-built with the latest AFTEC fabrics and features designed to deliver for the demanding angler. To find AFCO products, go to AFCO.com and find a dealer near you.
XEPRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
San Diego's sports leader. The home of ESPN Radio. The mighty 1090.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090. Phones are still absolutely packed up. We're going to jump right back into the phones. Talk to Sam. He's calling us from Irvine this morning. Good morning, Sam. Thanks for joining us here on Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning. Great show. Can't wait to get out there. I've heard that maybe the Mexican fleet is filled up on their limits with bluefin, so that might be helping. I don't know. But my question is how many rods is too many to bring, and because I tend to bring too many. And then I've heard that you can fish as small as a 40 lever drag, like a fathom. Is that true for the flat fall with 80 on it?
Yeah. I kind of tend to bring a lot of tackle, too, when I go fishing. But basically, if you had a 25 or 30-pound fly line bait set up, that would cover if we run into yellowtail or sometimes even that smaller grade bluefin, 25 to 30-pound fish. You can fish that stuff on a 25 or 30-pound setup. If you brought a 40 or 50-pound fly line bait setup, that kind of would cover the medium grade bluefin that we're seeing, the 40 to 75-pound fish. And then if you brought a 60 or an 80-pound setup to fish a flat fall or even a fly line and a bait on heavy line, those would be your three basic setups. And I think a Fathom 40 would be perfect. That is a perfect size. Have it filled up with Spectra, kind of so you could put on a small top shot of mono for the test line that you want to put on there. But a Fathom 40 is a good size reel, perfect size reel.
Now, what about the rumor that the commercial guys have filled their quota for bluefin? I
did hear that rumor, and I think they are pretty close, if not done.
Good news for us, right?
Very good news for us. There's going to be less pressure, and I've seen a lot of the pen boats starting to work their way up, so I'm pretty sure they're almost done, or if not done.
Good news.
Yeah.
That means there's a lot of tuna out there.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, for sure, if they're done that quickly. Hey, Sam, thanks for hanging in there with us. Thanks a lot for the call this morning. Let's find out what's cooking. Our buddy Yanni from Fisherman'sBelly.com is on the line. What's up, Yanni?
Good morning, gentlemen. Great show this morning, and all I can say is tuna, tuna, tuna.
Yeah, we're ready, right?
God. A good buddy of mine just got back from a 16-day trip to the Hurricane Bank, brought home a couple of cows, gave me some tuna, and I put together one of my all-time favorite dishes that I haven't even got on my menu yet, and that is tuna poke. And I lived and worked in Hawaii for a couple of years, and I fell in love with tuna poke. I almost ate it every day. This recipe is super easy, very traditionally Hawaiian, but here's the kicker, gentlemen. I teach everyone how to make this tuna poke and put it inside an edible sushi rice bowl. I teach everyone how to make that sushi rice bowl right at home. It's as easy as can be, and it's so much fun to eat.
Ooh,
that's
sounds
cool.
Delicious.
Yeah, that's way
sounds
cool.
like a great idea. You have that recipe at Fisherman'sBelly.com right now?
You bet I do, and it's also on my YouTube channel, Fisherman's Belly channel. So check it out. It's a blast, and it tastes so good. My family loved it.
God, I love poke, and that sounds so good. And there's so many different recipes for poke. I can't wait to see yours, Yanni. Yanni, fishermansbelly.com. We'll have it up on our Angler's Table section of our letstalkhookup.com website very soon. But in the meantime, go check out Yanni's performance on YouTube channel, too. It's really good. So thanks, Yanni, for everything you do, and we'll talk to you in a couple weeks.
You bet you guys will. Have a great day today.
Thanks, Yanni. Right, thanks a lot. Don Hansen, the legend himself. Good morning, Don.
Yeah, good morning. I heard you talking about the tuna. Yeah, they have reached their quota.
Whoa.
Reached about a week and a half ago, and they've got about 585 ton to release out of the pens, which they're going to do.
To release, because they are over quota?
Yeah, they went over their quota. So, but they're going to release them out of the pens. So that's
like the stock. That's stocking the ocean back up.
Have them do it out of those pens that are in Aaliyah South.
Yeah, you know exactly where you want them released.
Yeah, exactly. We wouldn't have a problem with that, would we?
Yeah.
So they reached their quota pretty quick, and so that's good news. So.
Sooner than last year, Don?
Yeah, I think it's about the same as last year. Maybe a day or two sooner, right around the same time. So.
Wow,
good deal,
that's
Don.
Great news, Don. Thank you for all you do.
That part is done, and we got some stuff going on too with the fishing game. We've got a trip with Every Dam on Tuesday to look at how bait is caught and how bait is put in the receivers, and how bait is put back in the boat, and how 99% of it goes back in the ocean. So we can argue with the environmentalists about how we waste it. So we don't waste it at all. It goes back to feed the fish.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It actually spread the schools out too, right?
Pardon?
Spread the schools out.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be interesting for them to see. They say there is absolutely no sardines left while they are, and there's no anchovies while they are. So Buck is going to show them, and people from NOAA are going out, and the state of California going out. So it'll be interesting. I'm not going to go out at 1 o'clock in the morning. That's ridiculous, but they are.
Yeah, that's cool. And all right,
well, let's see how that works out. And also last week with the department, we're looking for a way to fillet sheephead, and so we took a trip with the department out to show them catch that. And if you have the right bait and the right trap, it works pretty well. We got 72 sheephead in about an hour.
Whoa!
But you got to have the right trap, which is illegal. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're figuring out the size fillets that you need, what size of sheep it has to be filleted. So
good stuff, Don. Don Hansen, always working for our stuff, and Buck Everingham from Everingham Brother Bait Company, another guy that does so much for fishing behind the scenes.
We got to stay ahead of them. That's all it is. Okay, guys. Thanks.
Thanks, Don. Appreciate the info. That is such great news about the quotas, though, right?
Yeah, that is great news. They're going to stock them like Santee Lakes. That's
Santee Lakes.
South Island, please.
Hey,
drop all 500 ton right there.
That'd be all right. Yeah. Catalina White Sea Bass Jackpot, Western Outdoor News event hosted by, or actually sponsored by Yamaha Upwards, is coming up June 9th and 10th. It's at beautiful Two Harbors, the Isthmus at Catalina Island. It's a great tournament with all kinds of sponsors and all kinds of opportunity to win $10,000 payback for the three largest fish based on the number of teams they're looking for. So check out more information in this week's edition of Western Outdoor News. That's the Catalina White Sea Bass Jackpot, June 9th and 10th. Coming up very, very soon. Let's go ahead and jump into those jam-packed phone lines.
Sounds good, buddy. How about we talk to John? He's calling us from Long Beach this morning. What's up, John? Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, gentlemen. Great show as usual. I think Captain Taro answered my question a minute ago when I was going to ask for the offshore yellowtail and things are getting right now. What would be the ideal rig setup for that? And I think he said 30 to 40 pound, something like that.
Yeah, you know, if you bring a 25 or 30 pound setup, and if you bring a couple different setups, a 25 or 30 pound, a 40 and a 50, you're pretty much going to be set up for a yellowtail. You're going to be set up for a kelp patty size yellowtail, all the way up to a 100-pound bluefin. So you really only need a couple different setups, and a 25 and a 40 are going to do it for you.
There you go. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
All right. How about next up we talk to Jim. He's calling us from downtown SD. What's up, Jim?
Good morning, Jim.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, everyone. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Pete and Ricky and Captain Taro. Thank you very much for the show. It's appreciated. We all appreciate it, and congratulations on all your endeavors.
Thanks, Jim.
I do have a question for Captain Taro. Is 30-pound mono going to be okay to use? Probably around the Coronados, it's okay, but offshore, I have a 4.0 with a little heavier line. I guess I'll bring them both, but is 30-pound going to be okay?
I would say for a 30-pound test is going to be fine for the yellowtail that we're seeing on the kelp patties and the smaller grade bluefin. But I would absolutely really bring a bigger setup, a 50 or a 40 to 60-pound setup, and then if you don't have that, you can definitely rent it at the office when you check in.
Check with the guys in the office, and they'll fill you in on the right details of what you're going to need, right, for that current day, depending on what fish.
Exactly.
All right, or get on the boat,
or get on the boat, or you can follow us on Facebook or Instagram, and I try to tell everybody exactly what we're doing and the tackle you need to bring, and that's almost on the daily.
I would highly recommend doing that, following the boat on your social media, because you do a great job. I mean, virtually every day, Taro puts a little, this is what we caught, this is what to expect, this is, I mean, you know, if you're going or you just want to keep tabs with going, I mean, every single day he gives you a killer short little synopsis. This is what we caught. This is the size line. These are the rigs to be prepared with. I mean, it's a great follow. You do a really good job with it.
Yeah, I follow you on Facebook every day, and you're really good about posting even when, like this past week,
even when we're not catching.
That picture you put up there.
Yeah,
and
even when it's slow.
Yeah, Facebook or Instagram, you can follow Liberty off of your website, or just search.
You can just search. You can search Liberty Sport Fishing and search it, and then it should pop up there.
Pop up and friend you, and like you, and you'll be good.
Like us and friend us.
All right, very good. Thanks a lot for the call, Jim. Appreciate that very much. Let's go ahead and jump back into the phones, Rick.
Mark in Santee's up next on Let's Talk Hookup. What's up, Mark?
Good morning, Mark.
Hey, how you doing? My question was answered by about four of those guys about the line you have to use. So I got another question. Can you bleed out the tuna? Is there someone available to bleed out the tuna when you catch it?
Every fish that comes on our boat is bled, whether it's a rockfish, a calico bass, a 100-pound tuna. And it's put into a refrigerated saltwater fish hold, which is going to be around 35-degree water, and we're taking that off of from the long range scene, keeping their fish cold and giving you a sushi grade product right at the end of our trip. So everything is bled and kept in a refrigerated saltwater fish hold.
And what if you wanted to have Fisherman's Processing meet you at the boat to process?
And then so if kind of at the end of the day, if granted we have a really good day, and we can call the landing, and then they can call the processors, and then some of the processors will come down at the end of our trip and meet the boat. Yeah.
All right. Good news.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. Hey, today's the last day in Marine Del Rey for Seakeeper Demo Day. If you want to get down there, check seakeeper.com. Go to Take a Ride. And you can get the details on where they're going to be today in Marine Del Rey. And then next weekend they'll be in Oxnard. So you want to take a ride and be amazed in Oxnard. It'll happen next weekend. Check that out.
All right, sounds good. How about Tom in Temecula is up next on Let's Talk Hookup. What's up, Tom?
Morning, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah.
Taro, I got a couple questions. Just watching the tuna war, Wicked Tuna shows, they can see sonar marks there and determine how big those fish are by the size of the arch on the meter. How much of that do you see? When you roll up on a school, can you tell whether these things are, 100-pounders or 20 or 30-pounders based on, I'm going to need to know what size tackle I'm going to throw in the water? And then do you see a lot of mixed schools now where, you have a lot of 20 and 30-pounders, but there's also some 100-pounders rolling?
That is a very good question. And kind of by looking at the machines for 12 hours every day, it seems like the guys that drive and myself can kind of get a clue on what we're stopping on as far as size. And, yes, we do see the mixed, we do see 30-pounders in the mix with 130-pounders, and kind of the recommendation that I have for you guys as an angler is start heavy. Start with your start with the heavier setup, because if we slide into a school and it's 100-pound fish, you guys want to have the heavy gear, so
because otherwise you have very little chance.
You have very, very little chance. And if a 30-pounder does bite your big gear, you just wind that thing right to the boat.
Yeah, we like it that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for the call this morning.
All right, how about next up? We talked to Rich, calling us from Camarillo. Hi, Rich. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Happy Mother's Day to all. I had a couple of questions for Captain Taro. One was he said they rent the rods for fishing. I wondered what style of rod or what type of rod that is as far as length and what have you. And also, I won a 3/4-day trip with you guys last year, and want to know if I can turn that into a day or day-and-a-half trip on the Liberty.
Our trips that we have for the prizes, unfortunately, are only for what they're listed for.
Not transferable.
Yeah, they are non-transferable, and all of the rods that they have at Fisherman's Landing, I believe, are either a Seeker or a CalStar rod.
All top of the line.
All top of the line rods and reels, and they're serviced very, very well. And they're pretty much the basic length rods. You're going to have 7-foot rods and good fishing line and very good reels, Shimano or Penn reels there.
But realistically, you need 2 rods, you said.
Pretty much you need 2 fishing setups, a 25-pound setup and a 40-pound setup.
And there you go.
And then if you want to go further, and you can rent the 60 or 80-pound setups too.
All right, but not.
Does the rod length matter on fishing these big bluefin?
It's all all personal preference. You know, just like how Rick was saying, every person fishes and fights fish different. Me personally, I'm kind of short, so I sometimes like the shorter rods, but it all just kind of depends on you. I would go to your local tackle store and pull on fishing rods and see if they feel comfortable.
See what fits you. Everybody's different. Indeed. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
We got a first-time caller, Marty from San Diego. We've always said first-time callers go right to the front of the line. What's up, Marty? Good morning.
Hey, Rick. How are you? Pete?
Good morning.
Taro?
Good morning.
Morning.
Hey, Rick, I just wanted to tell you, yesterday I came into the shop. I asked the question. I had like 3 hours to fish, and you grabbed me, told me what to do, exactly how to do it, and you treated me like I was your best friend. And I really want to say that I appreciate it immensely.
Oh, you got it, buddy. Our pleasure. That's what we do there.
Yeah. Well, I caught a Garibaldi.
Nice. Right on. Solid.
Right between the Harbor Police and the Konakai on Shelter Island, and I let that sucker go. And do you know that I put another tail on and threw that right out, and he went and bit it again.
Oh my gosh!
Oh man!
The Garibaldi ate a plastic?
Well, I mean, Pete, we sell the hottest lures in the game. I mean,
we sell top secret lures there.
Sold,
everything eats them.
I sold him my best Garibaldi rig that I had, and boom, there you go. Doubled up.
It was that. Yeah, he ate that thing twice in 30 seconds.
That's funny.
It just shows you.
That's an aggressive fish.
It's an aggressive fish. No doubt about it. Well, Marty, that's great. Glad you're hooked on getting some fish there, and glad you got out and got to see Rick down at Fisherman's Landing Tackle. Always good stuff there. Appreciate the call.
Yeah, thanks for the kind words, Marty. It was our pleasure for sure. I'm glad you caught some fish. Hey, when we come back, we're going to find out who's going fishing with Captain Taro. We're giving away a full-day trip on board the Liberty. I can't wait. More Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on the mighty 10-9.
Yamaha's Wake Up to Savings sales event is here. Purchase an eligible new 2.5 to 150 horsepower 4-stroke outboard and get up to $750 in dealer credit toward the purchase of additional goods or services. The Wake Up to Savings sales event. Reliability starts here. Yamaha. Visit your local Yamaha Outboards dealer today. Offer ends June 15, 2018, subject to change at any time. Other restrictions and conditions apply. See authorized participating Yamaha outboard dealers for details. This promotion cannot be used with any other Yamaha offer.
Alaska is one of the ultimate fishing destinations in the world. This is Rock Cod Rick, and every year the one trip I look forward to is Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska. My dad and I have been going for over 15 years, and I just can't wait to go again. No one does it better than Kingfisher Charters. They offer the best service, the most comfortable accommodations, fantastic food, the finest fishing charter captains in all of Sitka, and the ultimate value. Sure, I've been to others, but time and time again, nobody beats Kingfisher Charters. You can catch huge halibut like the ones we do almost every year, and salmon, well, Sitka is famous for some of the best runs in Alaska. We also get plenty of rockfish and huge lingcod. And when it comes to fish processing, the best in Alaska is Kingfisher Charters. And listen to this, it's all included in your package. In fact, everything is included except the tips. It's truly amazing how the Kingfisher crew continues the quality of service they deliver year after year. Come and join me on the Let's Talk Hookup trip in June, or just go when you can. Kingfisher Charters, 800-727-6136, or check kingfishercharters.com.
Great boats, free parking, and a fully stocked tackle shop. Just a few of the reasons Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top charter boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Eclipse, Apollo, Outer Limits, Pacific Star, El Gato Dos, Alexis, Pride, Privateer, Tribute, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth Sea Watch in San Diego offer the finest half, 3/4, and full-day trips available. Check out the full-service tackle store at Seaforth Sport Fishing. And it's all run by fishermen for fishermen. 1717 Quivira Road, just off Mission Bay Drive in Mission Bay. Book online at seaforthlanding.com.
When it comes to fishing rods for saltwater, there's just one name you need to know, CalStar. Take, for example, the Graphiter series. It's a true graphite and fiberglass composite rod, the finest it's ever been built. And for anglers seeking traditional performance, durability, and quality at an affordable price, the CalStar West Coast series of rods and blanks are the ones for you. Their master craftsmen bring decades of rod building experience to every rod they make. So if you want your fishing rods to be truly state-of-the-art, I always recommend CalStar at fine tackle stores everywhere. Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. All right, the big winner going fishing on that full-day trip on board the Liberty, going to Tom in Temecula. Tom, congratulations. You are going to love fishing with Taro and the entire gang on the Liberty. It's such a great trip.
Indeed. Taro, great guest. Gina, thanks for coming in the studio. Appreciate that. And if somebody wants to ride the Liberty every day, right?
Every day. We're scheduled every day. And you guys can book your trips at fishermanslanding.com, or you can call the guys in the office there, 619-221-8500. And definitely follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and we'll try to keep everybody posted on the type of fishing we're doing, the tackle that you want to bring, and you can even shoot us a message, and we'll try to get back to you.
Fantastic. And you're also available for charters, too, if you want to charter the boat?
Yes, we are available for charters, everything up to a two-day trip. I think there's some dates left in July and a little bit in August and some in September.
All right.
Yeah, I mean...
Full day, day and a half, 1 day, 2 day.
Everything up to a two-day trip, so you've got a few different options there. And, yeah, we'll want to get the season going and start.
Awesome. Yes, you did that yesterday.
Go fishing.
Yeah. Thanks, Taro. Appreciate you coming in this morning. And thank you for listening today. Don't forget that Rollo ticket deal for Reel Week still going on. 858-350-5870, extension 107. You have until midnight tonight to leave your message and grab those last few tickets that are available. And thanks to Adam on the other side of the glass for all that he does. Thanks to our listeners for supporting Rollo this weekend. It was a great Rollo ticket weekend here. And next weekend, next Saturday, live from Mazatlan with Captain Ken Frankie from the Sport Fishing Association of California and Captain Tim Ekstrom from the Royal Star. And then next Sunday, Captain Art Taylor from the Searcher. Thanks for listening today. We'll see you next week. Happy Mother's Day. Back on the Mighty 1090 next weekend.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom.